and I am excited that we're having today's live video. And so if you have been watching the other live videos, you're awesome. If today is your first, you're also awesome. So today, the discussion is actually a fallout from one of the other live videos we had, and it was just mentioned as a point, and so I decided to, throw more light on it. So basically the topic is BATNA, and when we say BATNA, it's an acronym. It's actually a word I picked up from class amongst the other words I picked up as well. So basically, when we say BATNA, it means the best alternative to a negotiated agreement. So it's from negotiation, when you have two parties and they have the agreement on the table. It's just like cards. We cannot decide on the cards we are dealt in a game, but basically we can decide how we play the hand. We can decide which card to play. We can decide our reaction on the table. We can also, to some extent, manage the reactions of the other players on the table. So what is BATNA? It is the most advantageous alternative course of action a party can take when a negotiation fails or an agreement cannot be reached. So basically, if the negotiation fails, one party brings out their BATNA and puts it on the table as the plan B. And the truth is, in that kind of setting, the BATNA is just as valuable as the original discussion, as the original item that was initially on the table that was being discussed on. So how does this apply to our everyday life? How does this apply to personal development and what you can do on your goals, on your dreams, on the project you're working on? Basically, the thing is, most times when we have plans and we have things we're working on, we just make that design, that plan, and we run with it, and that's it. So if it fails, we get heartbroken, we get discouraged, we don't have a backup plan. The truth is, usually when we have something we are working on, like I mentioned in the live video where this one is stemming from, you should go to the end of your project. Go to the end of what you are planning to do, right? Go to the end of what you're working on. See the outcome. The outcome usually is great, is wonderful, and that's good. But what about the other possible outcomes? What if it fails? I believe with you that your project, your plans, and everything that you are working on is going to turn out great, is going to turn out amazing. But just in case that's not the end game, just in case that's not how it turns out, how do you cope? How do you bounce back quickly? Right? The aim of this video is to help you plan better and to also help you be able to get enough strength to be able to bounce back ASAP in case something you're working on does not work out as planned. So what is BATNA and what isn't BATNA as it concerns personal development, as it concerns our goals and what we are working on? Like the definition says, BATNAs are actually the advantageous plan Bs, right? So most times when people make plan A and they go as far as making plan B, or as far as already working on recycling plan A, they make a shabby plan just in case. In negotiations, your BATNAs are just as strong, firm, and finished as your plan A. So in your personal development, in what you're working on, your project, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, the things you are working on at the moment, your plan B should be as complete and intact as your plan A. So that what you do, basically, if plan A does not work, you swing right into action in bringing plan B to pass, right? So, and if you look at it, it's a win-win, because even if plan A works, you already have a finished project on ground that you just need to press play on and get going. So even if you do not need to fall back on it when plan A fails, you have something else that you can work on to bring you profit or to take you even further than you actually had planned to go. And working on plan B while on plan A stretches your capacity, it stretches your ability and your diversity, right? And also, if you have partnerships and relationships in plan A, working on plan B opens your eyes to see possible other partnerships and relationships. So basically, when you're looking at your friends in plan A, you can already figure out the friends they have that you need to make for plan B in case you need to fall to plan B. So the BATNA is just as attractive, just as advantageous as plan A. The thing is, most people in negotiation, the actual plan is even actually the plan B. So they get the other party to be on their side, they get the other party to trust them, and when they have gotten the attention of the other party, they suddenly change the game. And that is, let's bring it to how it concerns us. The thing is, usually when we are working on a certain plan and we have plan B in place, plan A already gives you a base. It gives you a customer base, it gives you friends, it gives you relationships, it gives you loyal people that you already have. So in case plan A works or does not work, you already have a base to launch plan B. That is another side of BATNAs, and obviously it means it is leverage, right? So instead of seeing plan B as a point of safety, somewhere to run to in case plan A does not work, it's a leverage. So you're spending as much energy on plan A as you're spending on plan B. Usually the question that would run through your mind is, how would you get time to work on all of these things? All of us have extra time. If you take a closer look, a very, very deep cursory glance at your month, you would find out that most likely you spend not more than 3 weeks on work, sleep, food, and everything. And then you have 1 week that is spent on the other things that just end up wasting time. So things like being online, just talking or watching TV and things like that are not exactly 100% as important. You find out that you have time. Put a filter on your month. You would find out that you have enough time to work on the project you're working on, as well as the project you should be working on as your plan B. And then also what BATNAs help us do is they help us value relationships. Like I mentioned before, you have friends and people you're engaged with in your plan A, and when you're working on plan B, your eyes get open to see further relationships you should build and develop for plan B. And then one more thing we need to know in application of BATNAs as it concerns personal development is that do not let history, present, or future cloud your judgment. So the statement would be, this is how we've been doing it. This is how we should continue to do it. That's the major statement that kills most businesses. So what to draw from history is the trends that led to where we are today, and also look at the trends and where it is going, so that you know how to properly place your plan A and your plan B, so that you do not let history, emotions, and bias cloud your judgment. Instead, they help you form a stronger base for the project you're working on currently and for your plan B project. And usually people would also ask, how do you know what is plan B? Most times we find opportunities when working in our plan A, in our current project. There are certain opportunities we overlook because it's not exactly related to what we're doing. That's a BATNA right there. That opportunity you ignore is a BATNA. And also, what skills do you have available? What is the present need in your environment, and how relevant is the skills that you have? What can you implement? How can you implement them? How can you put them to use? And also, many times we have ideas, we just leave them. Maybe it's time to go back and pick on those ideas you have. So basically, we all can work at getting better end results if we take our time to look at the outcome of our projects and then working on potential alternatives, available alternatives, in the event the project we are working on does not yield the desired and planned outcome that we expect for it to have. So I hope you have learned something new about BATNAs and about alternatives and about current project and how to forecast and how to go to the end of the project to get the best from your project, and also to help you better prepare in case your project does not end the way you anticipate for it to end. And I will see you next month, and do have a great November.